The crystal chandelier at the Capitol Grill in downtown Dallas costs more than most people's houses. It throws 1,000 little knives of light across the white tablecloths, while the sommelier pours my father's favorite cab like it's communion wine. I'm late by 7 minutes, on purpose, and the three of them are already seated like judges at a trial they've already decided. Dad, Dr. Richard Harrington, commercial real estate king of the DFW Metroplex, checks his Patek Philippe for the 4th time. Mom, Catherine Harrington, chair of every charity gala that matters in Highland Park, adjusts her triple strand of pearls with that tiny, practiced flick. My perfect older sister, Lauren, SMU law grad turned Instagram influencer / junior partner, angles her phone just enough to catch my walk-up in 4K. They smile the same smile they've smiled since I was 12, tight, sympathetic, already disappointed. I slide into the chair they saved for me, the one that faces all three of them like I'm the defendant. Ava, sweetheart, Mom starts, voice dripping honey mixed with arsenic. You look tired. I'm wearing the same black blazer I wore to my seed round. She thinks it's from Target. Dad doesn't waste time. He places a navy velvet box in the exact center of the table, lined up perfectly with the silverware. Inside, a one-way first-class ticket to Seattle. Departure 6:45 a.m. tomorrow. Next to it, he sets a check, $10,000, already signed, already dated yesterday. We've enrolled you in an executive assistant certification program, he says, like he's offering me a lifeline instead of a leash. You'll live with your Aunt Susan. New city, new start. No more distractions. Lauren's smile goes full shark. Her thumb is already hovering over record. I let the silence breathe. I let them taste it. Then I say, "Thank you. This is exactly what I needed." Dad's shoulders loosen. Mom's eyes glisten with victory tears. Lauren's brows knit. No crying, no screaming, no viral meltdown for her reels. I fold the check once, slide it into my vintage Celine bag they assume is a knockoff, and pick up the plane ticket like it's sacred. Inside my head, I'm doing quick math. They're 10 grand versus the $9.5 million wire that hit my account 48 hours ago while they were still rehearsing this intervention. They have no idea. Let's rewind. It started when I was 9 and Lauren was 12. She won the Dallas Junior Debate Championship the same weekend I took first place at the regional science fair with a soil nutrient sensor made from a Raspberry Pi and parts I scavenged from broken printers. Dad didn't come to the science fair. He was front row at Lauren's tournament holding a sign that said Future Supreme Court Justice. My trophy lived in a drawer. Hers is still in the foyer on a pedestal with museum lighting. Pattern recognized early, Lauren shines, Ava disappears. College was worse. I got into Stanford on full ride, environmental systems engineering. Dad called it cute and told everyone I was finding myself. Lauren got into Yale Law. They rented a billboard on I-35. Every Christmas card, proud of Lauren, Yale Law 22, and Ava, still figuring things out. Still figuring things out became their favorite phrase. Followed closely by disappointment daughter, whispered when they thought I couldn't hear, screamed when they knew I could. Last year at the Harrington family Thanksgiving, right after I told them I was dropping out of my PhD to go all in on my startup, Dad laughed so hard he needed his inhaler. Sweetheart, leave the tech thing to the boys from MIT. Come home, marry well, maybe run one of Mom's charity boards. Mom added, "We just want you to stop being embarrassed, Ava." Lauren posted a TikTok that night. When your little sister thinks dirt and bugs are a career, #FamilyFirst, #blessed. It got 2.7 million views. So I stopped telling them anything. I named the company Greenwatch AI. It uses a $20 phone camera plus low-orbit satellite data to detect crop disease up to 21 days before the human eye can see it. Accuracy went from 68% in year 1 to 94.7% after the rewrite. Small farmers in the Texas Panhandle, Punjab, and Kenya use it for free. Big co-ops pay. I lived on Red Bull and hope for 18 months. The lowest moment came last spring, a pilot program with 47 cotton farmers outside Lubbock. A bug in the early warning model misclassified Vertilia wilt as nutrient deficiency. They sprayed the wrong thing that kills nutrients instead of the thing that kills wilt. 42% crop loss. One farmer lost 3 generations of equity in a single season. He called me crying at 3 a.m. I paid every single one of them out of my own savings, $380,000 I didn't have, took out a personal loan at 18% interest. That same week, Dad sent a group text to his entire country club chain, "Pray for Ava. Another one of her little projects didn't work out. We're here when she's ready to grow up." I didn't answer. I fixed the model instead. Rewrote the entire neural net in a 72-hour blackout fueled by cold pizza and spite. The new version didn't just detect disease, it predicted yield loss probability down to the individual acre. I flew to Davis, California, presented the recovery data at the World AgriTech Summit. Corteva and a Silicon Valley VC fought over term sheets in the hallway like it was eBay. Final bid, $9.5 million cash plus earnout. Closed last week. I haven't told a soul. Back at the Capitol Grill, the waiter sets down my filet exactly medium rare. Mom hates when I order steak. Ladies choose fish. But tonight, she's too busy basking in her own generosity to comment. Dad launches into the speech he's clearly rehearsed in the mirror. "Ava, we love you, but sometimes love means saving someone from themselves. Seattle is a clean slate. No more embarrassing us with these failed apps and dirty boots at charity galas." Lauren leans in. "I even wrote you a recommendation letter for the program. You're welcome." I cut a perfect square of steak. Let the silence stretch until it's uncomfortable. Then I smile. The real one I save for term sheets and closing calls. "I'll make you proud," I say. Dad raises his glass. "To new beginnings." I raise my water. "To new beginnings." They think it's surrender. It's a countdown. The wire transfer confirmation is already saved as a screenshot in an album titled Receipts. The Forbes article drops in exactly 41 hours. And when it does, the same people who laughed at disappointment daughter are going to choke on the headline. Stanford dropout's Greenwatch AI sells for $9.5 million, revolutionizes global farming overnight. But that's for later. Tonight, I let them pay the $1,400 check. Tonight, I let them believe they won. Tomorrow, I board a plane. Just not the one they bought. The dessert menu arrives like a victory lap. Creme brulee for Mom, she orders it for the aesthetic, chocolate lava cake for Lauren because it photographs well, and a single espresso for Dad, black, no sugar on the side, the way men who think they run the world take their coffee. I order nothing. I'm too full on their arrogance. Dad leans back, cufflinks flashing under the chandelier like warning lights. "Ava, your mother and I have discussed this at length. We're not doing this to hurt you. We're doing it to save you. You've had your fun with the Dirt app, but it's time to grow up." Mom reaches across the table, places her manicured hand over mine. Her rings are cold. Seattle is beautiful this time of year, darling. You'll assist a female tech CEO. Very empowering. Aunt Susan already cleared the guest room. Translation: we've arranged a soft cage and you will sit in it quietly. Lauren's phone is propped against the breadbasket now, red light blinking. She's live on her private story for her 187K followers. Caption probably something like, Family Tough Love Night, heart, hashtag, grateful. I smile straight into the lens. Thank you. Truly, I was lost. This is the push I needed. Lauren's eyes narrow a fraction. She smells missing content. Inside my purse, my real phone vibrates once. Text from Forbes editor. Article locked and scheduled. 9 a.m. EST tomorrow. Headline is fire. I silence it. Dad raises his glass again. To fresh starts and family that never gives up on you. I clink my water against his cab. To family. They pay the bill with the black Amex, tip 25% because image matters more than money, and walk me to the valet like I'm a child who might bolt. Dad's hand hovers at my elbow the entire way. We'll drive you to the airport tomorrow, he says. Not a question. I nod. Wouldn't miss it. 11:47 p.m. I'm in my deep Elm loft pretending to pack while my real suitcase has already been shipped to San Francisco. The doorbell rings. Mom, of course. She lets herself in with the spare key she swore she lost years ago. She's holding a lavender-scented candle and that concerned mom face she practiced on charity PSAs. Sweetheart, I know this is hard, but sometimes we have to prune a tree for it to grow. She starts folding my thrift store hoodies into the decoy suitcase like she's doing me a favor. She picks up my Stanford hoodie, the one with the hole in the sleeve from 80-hour coding weeks. You won't need this in Seattle. It's so Silicon Valley. I take it from her hands, fold it myself. You're right. New chapter. Her eyes flick to my laptop. Screen is locked, but the sticker on the lid reads Greenwatch AI in that clean green font that just got valued at $9.5 million. She doesn't recognize it. Of course she doesn't. She kisses my cheek, Chanel No. 5 choking the air, and leaves whispering, We're so proud of how mature you're being. As soon as her Mercedes pulls away, I open the group chat they added me back into after dinner. It's exploding. Uncle Trent, proud of you guys for finally putting your foot down. Highland Park Moms Group, sending prayers for Ava's new journey. Lauren posted a carousel. The velvet box on the table. My face when I opened the plane ticket, she caught the exact microsecond I looked broken. A stock photo of the Seattle skyline at sunrise. Caption: Sometimes the kindest thing you can do is let someone fail forward. Love you always, little sis, airplane, heart. Already 12K likes. My second phone lights up again. Text from the Corteva VP who led the acquisition. Welcome dinner tomorrow night in SF. Private room at Gary Danko. Can't wait to toast the woman who just saved $1 billion in global crop loss this year. I screenshot it, save it to the receipts album. 1:14 a.m. I'm on the balcony watching downtown Dallas glitter when Lauren FaceTimes just to check on me. I answer in the dark so she can't see the packed moving boxes behind me. You okay, Avi? Fake concern dialed to 11. Never better, I say. You were right. I needed this. She smiles like she just won the lottery. I knew you'd come around. I hang up, block her on my real number, and go to sleep smiling. 6 a.m. Dad's Escalade idles outside my building. Both parents showed up. Full intervention energy. Mom hugs me too tight in the lobby. Text when you land. Dad loads my fake suitcase himself. We love you, disappointment daughter, he almost says, catches himself, swaps it for, "We love you, Ava." Old habits. Love Field is quiet this early. They walk me all the way to security, waving like I'm shipping off to war. Mom is holding back tears that will look great in photos. I hug them one last time. Dad slips another envelope into my hand. Inside, a printout of the executive assistant job description and a note in his handwriting. "Make us proud for once." I kiss his cheek. I already did. I walk through TSA, wave one last time, then disappear around the corner. Instead of gate A17 to Seattle, I head to gate E31, San Francisco, first class, booked under my company Amex weeks ago. The plane pushes back exactly as the Forbes push notification hits every phone in America. I'm 35,000 feet over New Mexico when the family group chat starts having a collective stroke. I finally turn airplane mode off. 78 missed calls. 42 texts. One voicemail from Mom that's just her sobbing my name. I don't listen. I open Forbes instead. The headline takes up the entire screen. 23-year-old Stanford dropout sells crop disease AI for $9.5 million cash, saving thousands of family farms in the process. My professional headshot, the one I took in a $79 H&M blazer, stares back, unsmiling, unstoppable. Subheadline: How Ava Harrington turned a catastrophic Texas cotton failure into the biggest AgTech exit of the year. I screenshot the whole thing. Then I change the group chat name to Receipts and drop the link. No caption needed. I watch the three little typing bubbles appear, disappear, appear, disappear for 20 straight minutes. Then, nothing. The flight attendant brings me champagne. "Congratulations, Miss Harrington. Everyone on the crew is reading about you right now." I accept the glass. Somewhere over Nevada, LinkedIn starts melting. Stanford Engineering repost. Corteva official announcement. Y Combinator's Twitter account quote tweeting with fire emojis. Even the governor of Texas posts a congratulations. By the time we land at SFO, my name is trending #3 nationwide. I step off the jet bridge into California sunlight. No tears. No looking back. Just the sound of $9.5 million hitting my account and the silence of 3 blocked numbers that will never ring again. The detonation, the audacity, the framed check, the final block, and the quiet, expensive piece you asked for. Read it out loud. This is the part where the viewer forgets to breathe. The San Francisco morning is the kind of perfect that feels personal. Golden Gate Bridge cutting through fog, floor-to-ceiling windows in my new Pacific Heights penthouse, turning the bay into living art. I'm drinking coffee from a mug that says "Plants bigger than people" when the first legal envelope arrives. FedEx overnight from Harrington and Associates, Dad's old Yale roommate's white shoe firm in Dallas. Subject line on the cover letter: Demand for equitable interest in Greenwatch AI Inc. I read it twice on the Marble Island while my espresso goes cold. They're claiming 35% of the $9.5 million because I developed the IP while residing rent-free in family property. The $10,000 check constitutes seed capital with implied equity. I am in breach of fiduciary duty to family investors. They want $3.325 million wired within 14 days, or they'll sue for fraud, unjust enrichment, and reputational tort. There's a second attachment, a draft complaint already addressed to the Northern District of California. Dad signed it himself, not even a junior associate, his actual signature in blue ink. I forward it to Corteva's general counsel with one line. They're feeling creative. Thoughts? Her reply comes in 4 minutes. LOL. See you at 11. 7 a.m. Emergency board call. The GC lays it out like she's reading a bedtime story to a toddler. Their claim is laughable. IP assignment is ironclad, time-stamped, notarized. I never lived at home during development. The $10,000 check has relocation assistance in the memo line in Dad's own handwriting. But they're making noise to the press. Lauren already has a byline locked at Texas Monthly when family becomes founder's biggest liability. I ask the only question that matters. Can they hurt the earn-out? Answer, only if they make me look unstable. Solution, starve the story of oxygen. I open my banking app. The $10,000 check is still in mobile deposit limbo, photographed the night of the dinner, never submitted. I tap Deposit Now. 30 seconds later, funds available. Screenshot. Timestamp. Memo line visible. Relocation assistance. I attach it to an email addressed to Dad, Mom, Lauren, and their lawyer. Subject. Payment received in full. Body. Thank you for your generous contribution to my fresh start. As requested, I have accepted the funds as final settlement, wishing you all the best in your future endeavors. Best. Ava Harrington. CEO and founder, Greenwatch AI, acquired. Send. Read receipts light up in real time. No replies, just 3 little blue checks staring back like headstones. I block every Texas area code I've ever known. 3 weeks later, the story tries to breathe and dies quietly. Texas Monthly kills the piece. A single blogger picks it up, gets ratioed into oblivion by 40,000 farmers who tag #ThankYouAva under photos of healthy crops. Corteva issues one statement. We stand behind Ava Harrington 100%. Baseless family disputes do not change revolutionary technology. End of discussion. 6 months later. The check is now framed in my office bathroom, right above the toilet paper holder. $10,000, glass, UV-protected, little brass plaque underneath. The best investment my parents ever made in me. Guests always laugh when they see it, then they ask for selfies. Thanksgiving Eve. I'm hosting 20 people in the penthouse, engineers from Nairobi, a co-op president from Punjab, my YC batchmates, the Corteva board member who outbid everyone. 0 blood relatives. We're on dessert when my phone lights up with a Dallas number I unblocked just to watch. I let it go to voicemail. Later, alone on the terrace with the city sparkling below, I play it on speaker so the wind can have it too. Mom's voice. Broken and small. Ava, honey, we saw the Forbes list. 30 under 30. We're so proud. If you could just call. It's almost Christmas. Your father hasn't been sleeping. Lauren deleted everything. We miss our disappointment daughter. I save the voicemail. Label it Closure. Optional. Then I delete it. Christmas morning. Snow is falling on the Embarcadero, rare and perfect. I'm at the farmer's market buying oysters for tonight's party when a teenage girl stops me. You're Ava Harrington, right? My dad's cotton farm? You saved it last year. Can I get a picture? We take the photo. She hugs me so hard my ribs creak. Her dad went from bankruptcy to record yield because Greenwatch caught bullworm 3 weeks early. That hug is worth more than $9.5 million. Tonight, the Corteva Holiday Gala is at the D. Young Museum. I'm keynoting on failure as fuel. Mid-sentence about the Lubbock disaster, I see him in the crowd. Mr. Whitaker, Dad's biggest commercial client, the one who laughed when I showed up to the gala in muddy boots 2 years ago and said, "Richard, tell the help the party's inside." He waits until I step off stage, then walks straight up. "Miss Harrington, Tom Whitaker, your new yield prediction module just saved my co-op partners $14 million in Nebraska. Any chance you'd consult on our expansion?" I hand him my card, black metal, no title except my name and the line, "Making sure no farmer ever loses a harvest to something we could have seen coming." He takes it with both hands. Later, back in the penthouse, the fireplace is going and the city is quiet under snow. My chosen family is laughing in the kitchen, arguing over who gets the last oyster. I pull out my phone one last time. Open the family group chat I never left, just muted. Last message is from Dad, 3 weeks ago, a link to the 30 Under 30 article with a single thumbs up emoji. I change my name in the chat to Ava Harrington, Forbes 30 Under 30. Post one photo, the framed $10,000 check on my bathroom wall. Caption, "Thank you for the seed money. It grew." Then I leave the group. Archive. Delete thread. The silence that follows isn't empty. It's expensive. It's mine. I walk back to the kitchen, pour champagne for people who see me when they look at me, and raise my glass. "To the ones who bet against us," I say. They clink and drink like it's the most natural thing in the world. Outside, San Francisco keeps glittering, indifferent and beautiful. Same girl they called disappointment daughter. Still here. Still growing. Especially in exile.